Ranbu told me I'd find you here. My home's been ransacked like 20 times. The grass is soft here. You look like a real frog just standing there, luring and all that frog. I am not luring. Listen, hey, let me speak first, yeah? You said in your letter that you wanted a reply when you came back. I did. I guess this is my reply. For the longest time, what I've been looking for, I realized is home. Wilbur was my home. Tabo was my home. Lammenberg was my home. You were my home. And each time I felt like maybe I can set down my roots, the ground gets ripped out from under me. I'm tired, Techno. It feels like every time I have to choose between two sides that I love. My disc and my country. My friend and my brother. Always, when I make my choice, I lose the other. I thought you hated me. I didn't. I don't. I know that now. I'm sorry that I had to choose. I'm sorry that I lost you. It was an impossible choice. It was unfair for me to want you to go against your best friend. God, you're just a kid. You've been through too much. Sure, frogging feels like it. For what it's worth, I don't hate you. I never did. And I'm sorry that I hurt you. I let my anger and hurt cloud my judgment, and in doing so, I failed to notice yours. I called you a traitor for wanting to protect your home. Well, not that it mattered in the end. Lammenberg isn't the same as it used to be. It was beautiful though. It was. I forgive you, big man. Thank you, and I forgive you too. What now? What do we do now? Mind teaching me how to do that? The flower chain? Okay, listen up, big man. Hey, Buffy. Well, we want to ask you if, Buffy, can we kill Dream? What? Can we kill Dream? You want to kill my duckling? Look, he's a monster, Puffy. A monster. He manipulated me. He hurt me, Puffy. You think you can walk into my house and ask to kill my son? Puffy, he hurt so many people. So have you. At least I feel regret. He just ignores it like the monster he is. You know nothing about Dream. What is there to know? Amuse me, Puffy, amuse me. Then, in the name of XD, shut up and listen. As if you have anything to say. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, then leave. Your choice. I'll start then. My brother had 2 children, and after his wife died, he couldn't care for the children. So he left one with me and the younger was sent somewhere else. As you can probably guess, that child was Dream. My brother had instructed me to give Dream a memory potion. That way, Dream would forget. And it worked. Dream forgot. And for a while, everything was fine. He had friends. And he was happy, and so was I. But as usual, something goes wrong. And I don't know how. But he remembered it was the first time I saw Dream cry. Turns out he had no memory of his brother, only one word, B. So he would follow me around, asking to see the brother he had no memory of. And I always said, we'll see him soon. But we never did. Soon after I found Foolish in our pond and adopted him, since Dream spent most days outside. And I was naive enough to think things got better. He stopped asking me to meet his brother and I thought he forgot. As the days went by, the trio you know as the Dream Team grew inseparable. Most of the time they played games together, but by far their favorite was hide and seek. The game that changed my life and dreams. They as usual played hide and seek and the game could last hours, so I wasn't worried until George George and Sapnap came to me, crying, saying, "We can't find Dream." They had already surrendered, but there was no sign of Dream. And I thought maybe he didn't see the firework. So I asked Bad, Sam, even my brother. Nothing. We sent out search parties to village and mountains. We looked everywhere. To no avail. Finally, I found him in the forest in the middle of clearing. But he wasn't the same Dream. The only expression he ever made now was a smile. I asked all the healers I knew about Dream Smile. None gave me an answer. Finally, I asked Bad for help. I brought Dream to his cabin and Bad looked him over. After running a few tests, Bud concluded nothing was wrong. He told me that I could ask the gods, as cryptic as that is. I saddled my horse, leaving the kids with Nikki, and started my journey. I visited every god and higher deity, from XD to Lady Death, Chaos, War, and even the Diamond Queen herself. I visited all of them, and yet none gave me a response, until I found myself in the depths of the jungle. In the temple that belonged to the Watcher. I set out offerings, fruits, potions, and cakes. After asking him a question and receiving no response, I started packing. I was almost done when a voice called out to me. The Watcher sat at the foot of his statue. To my surprise, the Watcher looked human. I had expected a colossal deity. He asked what I wanted, and I told him about Dream and his condition. He agreed, on the condition that I bring a letter to his brother. I thought about his offer before agreeing, and then I passed out. I woke up in the plains by the forest. Looking around, I spotted Dream. But when I reached out to touch Dream, my hand passed right through him. I should have expected it, but it still hurt. I followed Dream into the forest, and the farther I went, the weirder I felt. I felt watched, hunted even. He stopped at a clearing. I didn't think much of it. That was until I noticed a group of people in it. It looked like a family. I watched from a distance, unaware of the events about to unfold. Dream talked to one of the boys, before talking to one of the youngest, oblivious to the scent. His face was ripped open and I had to watch. After Death left, two other creatures came, and they took Dream with them. When I woke up again, the Watcher stood above me. Turns out I almost died. Once I properly woke up, the Watcher gave me a bird. He said it would lead me to his brother to fulfill my end of the bargain. He left after that. So I made my way home, back to Dream. And when I was finally back, not much had changed. Dream was still strange, and when I went to check on Dream, I found him talking to a thing, well, more like a demon. The creatures will visit Dream almost every day. I didn't understand why. I knew I would have to leave soon to give the Watcher's brother his letter. So I got ready to leave again. And so I left for the second time. Following the Watcher's parrot, I found a house. I didn't know what to expect, but a deal is a deal.